Hello, Leo. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. Welcome to your July reading. Welcome to this channel. If you haven't been here before, welcome. We're going to jump right into your reading. I have the Mystic Manifesting Oracle cards. Just give that a quick shuffle through. We're going to draw one Oracle card out for the sign of Leo, just to get a pre-message for your reading. For this sign of Leo, we have divine protection. Your angels and spirit guides are on call to assist you always. The universe has my back. That would be a wonderful affirmation for the month of July. Divine protection. Your angels and spirit guides are on call to assist you always. Your affirmation, the universe has my back. And jumping in here to the Celtic cross spread for the sign of Leo. Fire energy, Leo, ruled by the sun. Let's find out what we have for the sign of Leo. That can be your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus placement. Anywhere you have Leo in your chart, you might resonate with this reading. I'm just going to lay them down in the place, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk. Lots of major arcanas. All right. So Leo, let's jump in. Your recent past energy coming from, it's the Queen of Swords. It's coming from, say, the months of like May, June, energy around setting boundaries, laying down this firm foundation for how you expect others to treat you, how you're going to deal with your world. It's a feminine energy. It doesn't have to be that you're a female, but it's feminine energy in the aspect of it's more internally driven. It comes from a sense of that internal knowing and introverted kind of a perception. It's this speaking truth. It's very Libran energy. It's about using your sword, which is your truth, your communications. It can be cold. It can be icy. They sometimes attribute the Ice Queen to the Queen of Swords because they're not really dealing with how, they don't really care how you feel. They care about, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand my message? I'm trying to get my information conveyed back and forth. I want to make sure that you hear me and I hear you. And it's about delivery. It's facts. I'm going to go over facts and figures, numbers, strategies. You can be like an accountant or a lawyer, somebody that's just dealing with subject matter, not really delving into the emotional aspect of anything. So this is very recent past energy for the sign of Leo. And then your current energy, as you're stepping into this current energy, it's the Wheel of Fortune. It's a major arcana attributed to the sign of Sagittarius because it's ruled by the planet Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is a planet of, they like to say good fortune, good luck, but it's also very abundant. It's a planet that expands whatever it's focused on. So in your current position, Wheel of Fortune, you really could be feeling like things are opening up for you, expanding for you. Maybe your family is growing. Maybe your workplace opportunities are growing. Maybe everywhere you step, you're landing in a pile of money. It's very karmic. Maybe it feels like what goes around comes around. This snake eating its own tail and vice versa. The Wheel of Fortune has a lot to do with things are always moving. The wheel is always turning. So in your present day position, you seem to understand that what has happened in the past could be showing back up in the future. And the way that I've treated people could be showing back up to me. And the way that people have treated me could be showing back up for them. And that, financially speaking, you might literally be feeling like very abundant, very prosperous, very blessed. I always get the sense of like being in a casino, the spiritual casino, and you're just pulling that handle and jackpot, Wheel of Fortune, current energy, feeling like you've landed the spiritual jackpot. And your crossing energy, what's challenging you is the strength energy. This is your energy. So Leo, the challenge is for you to bring out your own natural strength, your own ability to tame your ego, to solve your problems, to deal with situations without bringing your ego into it. It's a very, I have to be humble. This is the challenge. I have to be humble. And that, no offense, Leo, I love Leos. I really, truly do. Fixed fire energy. Your challenge is to bring humility into whatever situation you're dealing with, to try to tame your ego, to try to kind of cool your fires a bit so that you're not running around with your hair on fire. You are trying to be calm, cool, collected. That's the challenge. Now, I'm not saying that you are some wild child always running around with your hair on fire, but the challenge, it's an internal thing, is to just try to be in the moment, be in the situation without blowing it out of proportion or challenging somebody on their thoughts, and just being a little more on the humble side. What is on your mind, what you're thinking about a lot of the times, is the Nine of Coins. This is very much about prosperity. It's very much about your physical reality. The Nine of Coins is on your mind. You know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that if you ever had to go it alone, you could. Not that you want to, but you could. If you ever have any situation cross your threshold, you know that you have what it takes to deal with it, to handle it, to be successful in acknowledging what it's here for. Nine of Coins is very self-sufficient, very self-successful, very self-reliant, anything to do with self. It's very independent, entrepreneurial, definitely, like I said, successful, but it's because of your efforts. And you know that. All these pentacles, they've all been stacking up. And you know, it's a confidence. It's this very beautiful confidence that you have. It's on your mind. You're very aware of what you bring to the table, who you are. What you remember, I talked about your ego, keeping your ego tamed, but that doesn't mean you have to deny who you are or what you bring to the table, because you're very strong and you are very reliable and people trust you, and you've built that up over time. It's not happened overnight. And you finally, it feels like you just, in July, you're like acknowledging that. Under the surface is a major arcana attributed to the sign of Aries, your fire cousin, the Fool energy. This is the very beginning of the major arcana. It's card number 0. It doesn't even have a numeric value. 0 is non-numeric. It's just there. It's what we say, it's the energy that happens before there's a physical body. It's spiritual. And it's this Fool energy. It's very what you would expect like a fool to be, and not dumb. It's not anything to do with a lack of intelligence. It is the energy of, I am looking at things with a fresh perspective, like there's no hurt out there. There is no shame. There's no anything bad's going to happen. It's below the surface. It's your spiritual attitude of, I'm just going to perceive everything like I've never been hurt before. I'm going to look at things with fresh eyes, fresh energy. I'm going to see the world from like ground zero all over again. So it's under the surface, and it really gives me the vibe of, I've worked my entire life to build up my trust and other people, and for other people to trust me. And down below the surface, if I'm starting over in my life, or if I have to, I could, because I know who I am and what I bring to the table. And if I start over, I start over, and I know I can make it no matter what. New job, new relationship, new whatever, I can do it. In your near future, coming up soon in the month of July, it's the Princess of Swords. It is essentially the Page of Swords. So as you open and move into July's energy, you're going to have something that you are trying to figure out. You're trying to get to the bottom of something. You're in like detective mode, sleuth mode. You're being very question and answer like. You're interrogating people, places, or things. You're opening up every tab on your browser. You are researching. You are investigating. You are questioning. Very quizzical. You're in research mode. And if this is like because you're dating, you are researching them. You are really checking out every angle. If this is a new job, you're looking on Indeed, and you're looking in every city and state, and you're checking out like, cost of living in certain places. You're just really investigating something. It has to do with communication, has to do with information, and you're all about looking into it and finding out more about it. It's like you've got your magnifying glass and your monocle over your eye, and you're researching and looking and opening up every tab. Your external energy, it affects you, but it's outside of you. It could be a person, place, or a thing. And it's another princess. It's a Princess of Wands. It's the Page of Wands. This is your energy. This is very much a Leo, a kind of energy, because it's fresh, it's new, it is open to possibilities, open to, somebody outside of you is really interested in passionate, energetic pursuits. Let's get something started. Let's look into like a new career. Let's look into a new profession. Let's figure out how we can take everything that we've learned about ourselves and move that into the future. And someone is outside of you, and they're kind of, I don't know, it feels like they're lighting the fire. They're getting you going. They're making you think. And maybe that's why you're in research mode, but they're making you feel like there's a possibility for a creative venture, a new profession, starting a new career, a new job, for you to bring your skills and talents over here. Someone's got your fire lit. And then your internal energy is the Emperor. More fire energy, another major arcana attributed to the sign of Aries. Again, your fire cousin, like the Fool energy here. The Emperor, as your internal energy says, you are locked and loaded as the CEO of your life. You are dialing it in, and you're realizing that it's with you, it's yay or nay. People are going to have to run things past you. You are not trying to get permission from anybody else. You are going to make these declarations. You're going to stand on business. The Emperor is all four kings rolled into one. So it's every element is here in the Emperor. The Emperor can be very fixed as far as stubborn. makes up their mind. It's their way or the highway. The Emperor is very masculine energy. It can be dad energy. Something to do with your father is really prominent right now. It's on your mind. You're thinking about your dad and what your dad was like, and the qualities about your dad that you'd like to bring into your life or your system. And the Emperor is like a CEO, a boss. Maybe this is you. I'm going to start my own company. Maybe that Princess of Wands inspired you so much that you are willing to, okay, I'm going to buy some stocks and shares, and I'm going to open up this physical building, and we're going to start working in there, and I'm going to be this Emperor energy. I'm going to be the boss, the head cheese, the big kahuna. Your hopes and your fears. It's the devil. Now, this is major arcana attributed to the sign of Capricorn because of the earth energy, because it's all about your physical reality, your tangible, touchable, tasteable reality. It has to do with things that we do in excess. This is your hope and your fear. Your hope is that I would be able to manage all of the temptations that the devil presents to us. The devil will come around and say, are you sure that chocolate's bad? You know, chocolate tastes really good. And next thing you know, you've downed 12 bars. The devil will come to you and say, are you sure alcohol is bad? And then you believe it. And next thing you know, you've had the whole bottle. So the devil energy is just this temptation. It's not this crazy guy with horns and pitchfork. It's energy that it's almost like we convince ourselves that we can't have all of it. It's a hope and a fear that I would be able to master my temptations. I hope I can do that, but I also fear that I can't. I fear that I would succumb to anything that's tempting me, sexuality, food, alcohol, any kind of addictive behavior. I fear that I would fall prey to that. I hope that I don't. I hope that I can keep my physical carnal nature at bay, but I fear that it'll get the best of me. So it's a hope and a fear, this devil. And your final outcome, it's the Queen of Coins. Now, this is Virgo energy. This is like Mother Earth. This is Mother Nature. This is very much trying to kind of gather all of your nuts for the winter. It's very stability oriented, stabilizing energy. It's all about gathering and preparing, protecting your money, your time, your wealth, your health. Maybe this final outcome has to do with getting a really good, solid protection system around your health. You know, if you're hoping and fearing things about devil energy, this final outcome says you've got it in check. You've got it under control. You are handling your physical reality like a boss. And I mean, the Emperor is proof positive of that, because that's your internal fire. And then your external energy, your final outcome is my internal energy started my engine up. And then my final outcome says, and then I organized my life in such a way that everything is laid out. I've got money in the bank. I've got my health on tap. I've got food and my clothes, and my house is nice. And it's just like I've got it all under control in my physical reality. I'm going to use this Witch's Tarot for an extra layer on top of the Celtic Cross. So let's find out one extra layer of information for the sign of Leo. Leo, almost your season. We're in Cancer season right now, but it's almost you. The Star and the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. All right, so you really are the Star, the 10 of Swords, the 5 of Swords. You really are about your hope and your healing. It's you kind of trying to be a humanitarian in the month of July. You are really setting your sights and your goals on the future, but you're also drawing energy from the heavens and drawing energy from the earth. And you're trying to be a really balanced, whole individual, good inside and out. There is some form of betrayal in your life. There is something in the month of July that really almost feels like it sets you back because it's something to do with information and communication. You get wind that there's been betrayal, that there's been lies, that there's been people talking behind your back. Stabbing you in the back is probably what it's going to feel like. And then there's this argumentative. So it feels like you learn about information that happened behind your back, and it causes you to want to have a confrontation. Just remember, your challenge is strength energy. Remember, taming that ego, taming that fiery, you're going to try to come crawling through like your lion personification, keeping everything at ground level, just remembering who you are, who you bring to the table. If there has been betrayal, if there is a need to want to have a confrontation, just bring that calm, cool, collected side of you to the table. You are going to have a good July overall, Leo. This is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of this channel. This is Spicy Sunflower Tarot. Can be found on TikTok and on YouTube. And your likes and your follows, your subscribes and your shares, very appreciated. Very, I can't say enough how much I'm blessed by your comments. And any interaction with the channel is helpful. Thank you again. Be blessed. Be well.